return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bruins offense takes the field for the first time today, and they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive.
There he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA.
This is insane. We have to stop.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the San Diego State Aztecs offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Off the play fake on first down. In the middle, it's Hunt. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Off play action. It's complete on the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap and a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about a defense, you got to get those guys up front.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And the Aztecs will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that run ball to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on it.
Still on his feet at the 25. A sweet run gets it out to the 30-yard line, and that can really jumpstart a drive. The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10.
No-score deep.
Running back searching for a hole. Still running at the 40. Oh, he's getting it rusty. At the 20. Touchdown, Bruins. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss, and you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Leaves it with the back. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy. This is unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run. And the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They've got the screen set up. Runs through its half. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the
A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. The Aztecs are rolling down the field.
Base 27 jump. Base 27 jump.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. Across the 25. He's got room. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now inside the 20. First and 10 from the 18. From the red zone, he's going to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Finds it in the middle. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Here's the handoff. Finding an escape route. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Offense trying to keep him off balance on first and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. They're going to ride this running back. Slithers into space. Flying down the right side. Pass the touchdown, UCLA. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Build that momentum off, man.
Back to pass on second down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
22 water. 22 water.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection. And the Aztecs decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. And the Bruins in a good spot here with second and short. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to the toss. Running into the open space. Now across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Another big play for this offense, and I'll tell you, historically, on the best UCLA units offensively, whether they're throwing it, whether they're in shotgun, whether they're going up tempo, or they're not.
Turning it on. He's at the and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bruins. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Give to the running back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a second down. Wants to go up top. He's got it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
In the middle, it's Palmer. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They're dealing with a second and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some space. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. That cuts the lead down to 28-10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off it, this game is not over. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Stanford. We'll circle back.
Speeding down the right side. 40. Past the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, UCLA. He's quite familiar with the end zone. His 75th career touchdown run.
You know, we're in the era in college football where there's a lot of running back by committee. This guy has been the bell cow. He's been the focal point of this offense. To stay healthy, to be consistent, and to reach that number is ridiculous.
Right, it just shows you how special he is, because you're right. They want to throw it all over the yard in today's college football, but they continue to give it to him because he continues to find the end zone, and again, for the 75th time.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Aztecs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. That's caught. It's Addison. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Aztecs come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. The play action fake. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat it off. It's good.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg. 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
On the move from inside his 5.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting to get in field position.
Running to Green. There he goes. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. The Bruins come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these, but if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Power football with the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think You see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Past the sticks, and he may get more. Turns it on down the right side. And he ran away from the ground, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bruin!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important.
Intercepted. The defense is set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Trying to get the corner. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's third and long. One back in the backfield and they'll give it to it. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 of college football in first downs. They'll get one and they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together. Get one of those long drives going.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's down. He's got it. This senior shows some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the touchdown, UCLA. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such a great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here. Cut into this deficit.
And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's a draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Aztecs will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. for the punt. That's where they'll mark it, just outside the 30-yard line. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Back to throw, it's Dallas. Unloads to the right. Complete to the left. He's at the and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bruins.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted it to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
So now it's second and long. They go to the ground. At the 35, he's loose. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, missed the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They'll immediately call timeout.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. It's just ridiculous.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Shotgun snap on third down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
And the Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll give it to him again. Got a little space. Picks up the first down. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, a quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
2 yards on this play.
Back to throw, it's Dallas. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're adding their lead, and they put so much pressure now on the opponent.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like a terrific atmosphere there today in San Diego. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the game.
Yeah, the first possession. Your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Aztecs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. Rushing on him. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Aztecs will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. The give to the back. Crosses the 30. He's got away. He's loose. Inside the 30. The tap. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bruins.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. On the RPO, and he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Like it right down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Aztecs will punt it away on fourth down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And they'll just down it right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Finds a little bit of room. Picks up 4 out to the 13. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. Oh, better look out. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. The Bruins just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Toss sweep to the left. Pass to first down marker and still running. Running on the Jets. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, UCLA. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. D-Shell blitz, they might be bluffing. Coming out on first down with the play fake. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Aztecs can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. He'll lock one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Aztecs will punt this one away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard.
Make a play here, take it to him!
They'll leave it with the lone back. On the move at the 30. Flying out to the right. Touchdown! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Aztecs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Lost it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
He's going to look for man on third and short. Completes it in the middle. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Aztecs will call on their punt team. Touchback? We don't want no stinking touchback. Here he comes out of his end zone. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Lost a throw on first down. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air. It's Dallas. Quickly complete. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure...
Pulls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Touchdown, Bruin. And they take it in for 6 more points. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. You got to figure something out. You got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live for the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just
flushes too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the 3rd play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
He'll field the punt and see what he can get. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Gives it on the outside. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup for 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to the run. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Breaks into the open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Yeah, they decide to go for a 4th down, and they get rewarded. He makes a quick decision, gets the 1st down. Nice job by this offense, and specifically the QB making a nice read.
Dropping back, it's Dallas. He lets it fly. Catching straight inside the 15. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Moving on the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Run that ball down the field.
Looking to fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
You got to love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the 4th quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Aztecs will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football. They are so lucky that they jumped on that ball and that their offense is now going to take the field, because that could have been disastrous.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10.
Keep it going.
They'll try the outside to the left. Gets it past the marker. Big run from deep in his own end, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Now on 1st down from the 28. To the ground. He's got it again. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today, because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football.
Turning it on. Inside the 40. The 30. Inside the touchdown. Bruin. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The give to the tailback. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's go. Right now. Ready to go.
Back to pass. Here's a hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Aztecs send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
They'll lead it with him. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on third down? I mean, you got third and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense.
Looking to take a shot. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. This offense has it with really good field position.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, the inside give. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. And that's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
He might want another play. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He gets it up close to the 25, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. And the Bruins want to crank the tempo.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of it.
They can't throw out the pitch. The ball's on the ground.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Jennings. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's down. Finds his man in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Going to try to get it himself. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
He did a really good job on 3rd down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line, punched in. On 3rd down, those are those situations where it's okay.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. And the Bruins back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Fouls through the just dismissing. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they did.
started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film. They may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find it.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Aztecs line up to punt it away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with the victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the...
There he goes! I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. After this, it'll be a wrap. Might be changing the route. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball downfield. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.